Hi, I'm Joyce Fishman, creator of Carousel. Today, I'm your host, happy to be able to introduce you to someone I admire. Jean-Paul de Rosière has been running, cycling, skiing, snowshoeing, hiking, and swimming throughout his life, and he has completed marathons and triathlons and was a semi-pro cyclist. But he's not just an enthusiast. He's also a trained professional and an entrepreneur. He has a degree in exercise science, and he works with a wide range of clients who have a goal. Clients and goals can range from a stay-at-home mom who wants to participate in Avon Breast Cancer Walk to a young couple determined to complete a 523-mile Echo Challenge in Utah. However, a client's goal doesn't have to be extremely difficult, Jean says. I don't want people to feel intimidated by what I do. And he's mostly interested in being able to help someone who has a goal. And the person's success gives him the greatest satisfaction. So tell us about your job.
So I was a Marine for 6 years, and then I became a semi-pro cyclist. I spent a lot of time training myself. When I got involved in exercise science, and then as a personal trainer, it was my turn to give back and to share some of my experiences that would help people overcome some of the obstacles that would be in their way of accomplishing their goals. So I started off my career as a personal trainer, helping people change themselves, adapt to their new desires of either losing weight or overcoming an injury, or just becoming better at being healthy and learning new practices. So my career started as a personal trainer, merged into personal trainer coach, merged into personal trainer coach manager, personal trainer coach manager, business owner. So I wear a lot of hats and try to mentor a lot of people.
But now you are working with fitness. And how did that come?
So, being as a personal trainer, you are exposed to people with lots of goals. Again, it doesn't have to be weight. It doesn't have to be a major goal like a marathon, or even a breast cancer walk. It could just be someone wanting to live healthier, and so you're exposed to people with different goals. And given my background in athletics in the Marines, it was natural for people who had different goals or athletic goals to trust me and to trust that, hey, you could help me. You could help me become better at cycling, or maybe you could help me become a better runner, or maybe you could help me, accomplish one of the 7 peaks in the world, the highest peaks in the world. So, over time, your network grows, and the people that you become in touch with grows, and your referrals grow. And if I can help someone lose 5 pounds, well, I can help someone lose 10 pounds. If I can help someone lose 10 pounds, maybe I can help someone do their first 5K. And if I can help someone do their first 5K, maybe I can help them do a marathon. But a lot of things that I've helped people do, I've done myself. So my first time of experimenting with training someone for a marathon was training myself. And my first time experimenting with any of the things that I've trained clients for has come out of an experience that I've had. So I've routinely dug into different events and different skill sets because I wanted to know personally what will my clients go through? What will they experience? How can I speak to them in a language that's going to be important and relevant to what they're going to experience? So I always threw myself into different goals and different things and different athletics just to become educated and knowledgeable about what they're going to do.
And how do you find the reaction?
The reactions are well. There's very few people who are apprehensive, and I can't say that anyone's not hired me or not worked with me because of a lack of experience. Oftentimes, it's maybe because my expectations are too high for them. Most people will see themselves in one way, and I see themselves in a completely different way. And my role in their lives is not to underestimate what they can do or overestimate, but taking a real assessment. If you want to accomplish X, well, I know you can. And by the way, you can probably do a little bit more than what you think. And I think my role and the things that I have done for people has been to broaden their horizons and open up their minds to new things and expanding what they thought they couldn't do by presenting new challenges and a way to get to those challenges and be successful.
What's given you the most satisfaction? I mean, which person or what happened, do you have any stories?
Like an example, I think my biggest examples are when their experiences permeate their family and they extend beyond themselves. So working with someone has changed their outlook or changed their perspectives, and then therefore that bleeds into their husband's lives or their wives' lives or their kids' lives. And my one experience with one person has extended into other people. And I hear, wow, you worked with my mom, and seeing what my mom has been able to do says I can do something new. So I think my biggest thrill and my biggest excitement is seeing the successes of people and how that translates and motivates other people. And it becomes a very positive infection. And that's really rewarding.
And what are some of the things that were asked of you for help?
Everything. I have run several marathons with clients to guide them through the race. I have been asked to move in with someone to change their patterns of eating, changing their cabinets, changing what they eat. How can I eat breakfast? How can I change my shopping list to accommodate a healthier lifestyle? I mean, everything. So I've been asked to do basically anything, and I'll do anything to help someone get to where they want to be and educate them. There really is no boundary that I'll set for myself in helping someone get there, because there really hasn't been a boundary I've set for myself.
But the more you tell about what people want for themselves and how you help them specifically, the better it sounds. I mean, the more interesting it is.
Sure.
So tell us more.
Yeah. So I've had clients who want to complete their first 5K, or they'll come in and they'll say to me, I don't know what I want. I just know whatever I've been doing isn't working for me. I get on the train at 4 o'clock in the morning, or I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I get on the train, the early train. I work all day and I come home. I don't know how to get out of my routine. A lot of times it's just changing your routine and giving them solutions for problems that they just don't want to solve, or they don't have the bandwidth to solve. So oftentimes when someone comes to me with a goal, it could be just, I want to get in better shape. Over the course of our relationship, once I get to know someone and understand what their personalities are like and what their interests are like and what their sort of friction points are in their life, how many kids do they have, where is their responsibilities at home, what's their responsibilities at work, I'm able to introduce new things and new stimuluses that keep them motivated and keep them moving forward. So there really isn't anything that I haven't offered someone.
And can you think of anyone that is a special picture in your mind of satisfaction?
A particular person? Sure. There was a woman who I had met through my affiliation with the Connecticut Challenge. Connecticut Challenge is a local charity who provides programs for cancer survivors. And she had had cancer, and she was in remission, and I was given the opportunity to work with her and to train her for her first 50-mile bicycle ride for the charity. And our relationship started in an interview, and where I actually believe it was Channel 12, had come into the gym and was interviewing her. And the first time I met her was during the interview with Channel 12. And since then, she has done the 50-mile ride. She has done a 75-mile ride. She's done a triathlon. She's now doing the New York Marathon this year. And we've been working together for the last 4 years. And her family are all engaging in exercise. Her daughter has done a triathlon and won a triathlon. Her son is a championship polo player. So the energy that we've established together has stretched and moved across our entire family. And she continues to push her boundaries and move those boundaries and accept new challenges. And it just started with a 50-mile bike ride that she wanted to accomplish with the Connecticut Challenge.
But that must be not only very satisfying for her, but it's satisfying to you.
It is the best. It's the best. It's fun to see. It's fun to see people moving outside of their comfort zones. There's nothing greater than that. It's fun to see people vulnerable and then being successful, and then becoming vulnerable again, and then being successful. It's hard to be vulnerable. You know, it's not easy.
Painful.
It's painful, and it's scary. And when you're able to embrace that feeling and trust the person that you're with, what can't be done? You know, what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? What would you do? You try anything.
So that sounds great. So what other things have you I don't know, that's one story, but it's the stories that are the most that are.
The stories are great. It's
Tell me more stories.
Sure. You know, it's great to develop. I spent a lot of time working with young kids. In the afternoons after school, when you have a child, high school student come with, we know kids are in high school, they always have difficult problems. And it's a challenging time. They want to be successful, they want to be popular, they want to be athletic. And you know, I'll get kids whose main mission is to become faster on the baseball field, or become faster in track, or become stronger in football. And oftentimes when you start engaging the high school kids, or the younger kids, you realize there's a lot of boundaries and a lot of barriers that they've established for themselves to protect themselves, because they don't want to be vulnerable. Who wants to be vulnerable in high school? It's too easy. It's an easy target. So, you know, working with kids who have not been athletic and who want to change, you know, or they want to change their abilities to do more things in school, and providing some leadership, providing some skill sets that they can then translate to, hey, you know what, I just joined the basketball team for the first time and I did well. Or I just joined this track team and I've done well. And I've had a lot of success with kids who have not had any athletic ability and changed their perceptions about what they can do, and then gone out for a team and have done quite well.
So do you work at schools?
We have affiliations with different schools in the area. We have a really strong relationship with Staples High School in Westport, Greens Farms Academy in Westport as well. My business is located in Westport, so my network is tightly woven in that community. So yes, we do work with the schools. track stuff, and we have the kids coming over from different sports. But we have that relationship, which is fantastic.
And what other groups do you have in your in your
In the facility?
the Sherpa business?
Sure. We have a very wide range of people we work with. Our oldest client is 94, and she drives over, and she has a routine she does twice a week. And our youngest client is 11, and this little person is working on his footwork and working on his body's and his ability to maneuver his body. But we do have a wide, very diverse population. So our staff and our team has to be diverse enough to be able to move across each goal or each client or each desire that they would have. So our groups are quite large. We don't actually work with one particular group, but we've got a staff that can accommodate quite the large population. And our job as trainers and mentors is to not establish new barriers for them, but to break barriers down and help them accomplish whatever goal that is. So if we were just limited to a bunch of football players on staff, well, that would eliminate quite a large population, wouldn't it? Or if we had just dancers in the gym, well, that would eliminate a large population. So the staff is quite diverse, and we're able to accomplish a lot together. Some people have different skill sets than others, and we're able to move clients across the staff to give them exactly what they need, the right stimulus and the right mentors.
Tell me another story.
Sure. So not only do I work with clients, but our staff is in development as well, and trying to create an environment that is culturally superior for success is challenging, and to bring people together as a team. We often do things as a business, as a company. We always join the Connecticut Challenge in their fundraising each year. So we always engage in team fundraising events. This year we had 25 participants, staff and clients together, raising upwards of $30,000 for this local charity, which is fantastic because we're not riding our bikes for anything other than raising money for these programs that they push out. So, there's so many different aspects of fitness that we can move into because of our diverse clientele.
So, one more.
Sure.
I love them.
So you like
yeah,
so,
I like them. Yeah.
So, I'm trying to think of another fantastic story. As of late, we had a woman who just completed one of the 7 highest peaks in the world. And what we did, she actually lives in the city. Sorry, she works in the city. Recently just moved here. So she was living in the city when she accomplished this, but she never came into our facility, and we coached her virtually via email, online Skype, and telephone. So she was training in the city. We were coaching her from Westport, and then she was able to go down to South America and climb one of the 7 highest peaks in the world, all because of virtual coaching and technology. So now she lives in Fairfield, and we see her quite often now. Yeah.
More.
Sure. So the next steps for what we're planning on doing as a group, we would love to we would love to do more charity work. We'd love to do more work with the local schools. We find our strengths are better suited in the bigger numbers. We we really do enjoy moving people's boundaries, which is Sherpa's tagline is moving their boundaries. What's next is going to be whatever clients come in with goals. It's going to be the next thing.
And one that you'll enjoy.
And one that I'll enjoy, and we'll enjoy, and we'll share together. Yeah.
So I don't know how we're doing in terms of, how are we? 5 minutes.
Okay.
So is there any last one that you want to say, or you?
Well, I
don't think you're talked out.
That's okay. I think if anyone saw the first part of this programming, which was about the Marathon des Sables, I do these different events to raise people's awareness that their ability to do more rests in how they think. And the human body is quite special. And we're never, ever out of the game, no matter what stage of life we're in, or no matter what kind of responsibilities we have. It's just a matter of prioritizing what's important. And if creating a new stimulus is important, I just did the toughest foot race on earth. Surely you could move your own boundary in some form or fashion. And I think that, doing these things, our staff is very engaged in doing their own personal boundary moving. And we'd like to lead by examples. And by doing so, it gives clients some reference
and
inspiration to do something themselves, no matter what that is. Surely if I can run 150 miles in the blazing heat in the Sahara over the course of 7 days fully supported, you can maybe be able to do a 5K or a breast cancer walk or a 10-mile charity bicycle ride. So we do these things ourselves to set a new standard and some new perspectives for clients to explore their own boundaries.
And how do people hear about you?
That's a good question. I think a lot of it is word of mouth. Something so personal, people rarely shop in a magazine for. It isn't a product like a can of beans, or people look for a referral. It's just a personal experience. Joyce, wow, you look fantastic. Like, what have you been doing? Wow, I've been really working with this person who has helped me get from point A to point B. It's that kind of an advertisement that really works for us. It's the seeing, it's like the feeling of that person's experience. It's that, wow, you're changed. What's different about you? Wow, I just did all these new things. I've changed my life. I've changed my routines. And it was by the help of the gang at Sherpa.
Tell us about Sherpa, how it was, how it started.
Sure. So Sherpa was a name. It wasn't going to be called Gene's Gym or Gene's Fitness, which is really not that important. Sherpa, as we know, are a population in Tibet who help people get to the top of Mount Everest. These people are critical to the climbers who want to reach the top of the world. And what we do at Sherpa we are indigenous to your goals and indigenous to what you want to accomplish. So Sherpa is a metaphor for helping people get to the top of their goals, whatever they are, even if it's not a mountain. It could be anything you want.
But that's a noble goal.
We'll be your Sherpa.
That's a very noble goal. Okay, we just another few minutes.
Sure.
So, how are we going to end it?
Well, I think the best way is to know that whatever goals you have, no matter how big or how small, they're personal to you. and they're important to me, as important to me as they are to you. And what we believe at Sherpa is that if you fail, we fail, and we don't want to fail. We want to be successful. We're successful in our own way, in our own personal lives. And when we embark on a goal with you, and we embark on an adventure, whatever that is, whatever that goal may be, we treat it as if it's our own. And we walk alongside you on those goals. And that's what our missions are.
I think we should know the address of the starting point.
Sure. The address of the starting, the address of the, which address?
The address of the Sherpa.
Sherpa is located on 1555 Post Road East in Westport, right next to the Fairfield border.
Well, I think that a lot of people will be interested in that.
Well, we hope to see you there.
Okay, well, I want to thank you because I think it's been a wonderful
Joyce,
evening.
it was my pleasure.
And
Thank you
it's
so
my
much.
pleasure as well.
Thank you so much.
And so it's our joy, and I hope that the audience appreciates it, and I'm delighted that they're here to watch.
Great.
Okay, thank you very much.